1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
All right, we are back again with another episode of The Social Brief. Sammy, Sierra, and myself, we're here to talk about all things social content in the last month. How y'all doing today?
Swell.
Doing good.
Doing swell.
Awesome. I need to record my screen.
Yeah.
That's a big part of this.
That would be helpful.
Would be helpful. All right, so there's been a bunch of stuff going on in social.
Oh, yeah.
Some big events that we've had going on. We're going to get to that, though.
Yes.
We're going to get to the canon event of 2026 here shortly. But first, let's start off with some brands that we've seen. So the first one, we're looking at Coco and Eve.
Yes.
Tell me about this.
So this is a beauty brand. They do just hair care and like body care. So like, and they also do self-tan stuff. But something that's really interesting about them compared to other beauty brands that I follow is the use of their Instagram stories. So they will repost stuff from their feed to their story, but that's not all they post. They all the time will have like this or that, and then you tap through 4 or 5 different frames and you get, it's just like stuff to engage with. They have lots of links. I think some of their saved stories, they've saved like their this or that stuff, and what am I trying to say here? They
Get
do
it
it
out.
really well. You could honestly probably click on any one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know. They do it, and of course, stories only live for 24 hours, right?
Mhm.
So but they're just really good at having, like even the little sliders down at the bottom, or links to tap on.
Oh, yeah.
Or
These things. Oh, that's cool.
yeah, and then you can slide like, yes, I
do it.
love it this much or whatever. And then even it's been award season in the world of, celebrities and all that good stuff. So they'll have people's red carpet shots and they'll compare hairstyles and they'll be like, this one or this one, like which one was better? And you can like click through, and they just always have some sort of engagement sticker on their story. So they're never just throwing stuff on their story just because they have to each day. They're really, really intentional about making sure that the community is engaged, and I mean, I always have a good time tapping through those things. So and then they're also very influencer heavy, and so they send out a lot of PR, and so people are always posting about them just organically. So I mean,
That's what you need, right?
yeah, that's exactly what you need. They're everywhere, and I'm sure that the amount of posts and stories and stuff that they're tagged in, they could never get to all of them to like reshare because there's just so much. So they're doing it right.
Yeah, that'd be the goal. Have
Yeah.
your content get created for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, 3,200 posts at 1.1 million followers. They obviously grew like a pretty good network.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Love their brand. Colors and awareness. People that they got involved. I looked through this yesterday a little bit. Influencers do a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that means that their briefs are really strong and their brand awareness is really strong in terms of like what they send out to people.
Yeah.
Sierra, you know this better than anybody.
Yes.
These influencers are getting full brand sheets, right?
Yeah, I have actually worked with them before, and they're really good at saying, this is the vibe that we're going for. Here are a couple examples. And then they also give sample, not full scripts, but just lines here and there. And they always say, don't say it word for word, use your own voice. So they're just very in the know with how those kind of partnerships work. And they never leave anything up for interpretation. It's very clear, everything.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so the next one was trends. Some trends that we see. The art of cropping. I thought this was cool.
Oh, this is good.
Yeah, I put this one in there. I'd seen it a couple times. I think both the examples that I put were universities. But I know this is one. So I feel like there's been a couple different takes on it. So some people, it's like the first image is like the whole entire, and then it's like, and then sometimes the second image will be what they have highlighted so you can see like what they fully took. But then this one's obviously kind of a joke where it's like they like highlight the thing that like other people would avoid, or things that they wouldn't like you wouldn't notice that they're like kind of in the background. But I really liked it, and I'm not Jake, I'm sure you are like in a lot of like the photography or like director, like that side of Instagram and TikTok. So this one just came up on my page, but from a like selecting images type of thing, I think it's a good way to use images where you're like, I'm not sure if I would post this because it has this one thing in the background, like might as well use it and poke out like the fun thing in the background. And I'm sure like colleges and universities where they are getting a lot of larger groups, they do have a large number of photos like that where it's like, oh, I wouldn't post this because there's one kid in the background that's like yelling and it looks weird. But obviously you're able to use that for this one. But I kind of like this fun spin on it, but it's also been cool to see like actual like great photographers see like what they captured and then what they end up like posting or submitting. I've seen a bunch of like wedding photographers do this where they do like they'll edit the photo, or it'll be like a full photo, or if it's like a ring shot or something like that, where how they like what the full picture looked like, where like the bride isn't smiling versus what they posted where it's like just the ring. So it's been interesting to see as someone who's not involved in that like cropping art direction with like photos and stuff like that. I think it's been fun to see.
I think it's fun, and it just gives me a good chuckle. And that's what I'm on social media for. A lot of the time is a good chuckle.
And it's a long carousel. So we talked about like how long you stay on the post, engagement. Obviously for like a college account like this, you're going to tag the person that you see. Like if I saw Sierra was in one, I'd tag her and be like, oh my gosh. But
you could
look at
what they posted of you.
Like 8 slides, I think it is. Yeah, you're spending a long time through it. Instagram likes that.
I mean, even like with the first one and the second one, or the first slide and the second slide, you go to the second slide and you're like, wait, where was that in the first slide? So then you go back and then you look again. And so you're constantly like going back and forth and you're like, oh yeah, he's right down there in the corner.
Yeah, I think a great lesson too, and just like how to direct the eyes of your audience into the things you want. I actually like the way that they did this photo. Like if you took off the text of it, I think you could make a carousel of photos just like that. Like having the whole photo, but then like cropping it within the post and like coloring it differently and stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
I think it actually shows kind of the art of photography a little bit more for like social media, like because people don't always see the whole photo.
Right.
You know, they're just seeing what you present to them. So I actually like this as a content look.
Yeah.
Like this little cropped square. I think it's actually kind of cool. And I think you can make a cool carousel out of this with like, you know how like when you scroll through and like the pictures connect, you could like crop like in the middle of it and stuff and like make a cool little.
Oh yeah, those are so cool.
Yeah, so I really like this. It gave me some ideas for content.
Definitely gives me an appreciation for what like our production team, like Alicia, like I'm like I just see the high end photos and in my brain I'm like she just took those and they're great. No, she's cropping and editing and things that I don't think about, but this kind of reminds me of there's a whole team and time and things that go into it that I don't see from my desk.
Yeah, photography in particular, like when you're talking about these, like there's one at a football game, like these football pictures. The like a photographer at a football game of this magnitude, depending on what their job is within this, like if they're getting crowd shots and they're supposed to be getting atmospheres type stuff, they're probably leaving that game with like 3,000 photos.
Yeah.
So like identifying the shot within the shot that makes sense, it is a whole process. So
I can imagine.
shout out to event photographers.
Seriously.
That's a gig, man.
That's why I never did it.
That's
why.
Yeah, that's why, because it seems so difficult.
All right. And then are we already here? We are. So Bieberchella. So let's talk about just the event in general, and then we can dig into kind of the offshoots of content that came from it. So what did we think about Justin Bieber coming out at Coachella and doing what he did? First off, did we watch the live performance or did we just watch the clips? I think this is interesting.
I've seen more clips.
I was just clips.
I haven't seen the full live performance.
It was like 1 a.m. here.
Yuck. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like 11 there.
No shot.
So yeah, I watched Sabrina's live. Hers was earlier. But I did not watch Justin's live either weekend.
Yeah. I think brilliant thing by Coachella is making it put it on a live stream.
Yeah,
I think that's such a
definitely.
good idea because they've created this like super exclusive event, and then they kind of like
Yeah.
share it with people, and people
It's
love
the
that.
Influencer Olympics.
It
That's
is.
what it's called.
It is.
I think it was.
Really?
Now?
Really?
Oh, like
I feel like
peak
it's more so.
2016. It was like everybody, like, I think of like when like David Dobrik and his whole squad would go, or like the outfits that I waited for like the
Yeah.
like the beauty influencers and
Yep.
see like what brands they went with.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, I know of like pop-ups that happened and certain people,
Yeah.
like I probably named like 3 influencers that I know went with brands.
Gosh.
But it used to be like my feed was flooded, and then there would be reaction videos to the outfits. And I feel like it's not, like it's still a big event, but in terms of how many there used to be, I don't know.
Ugh, well, then our feeds are totally different because
Maybe that's
all
it, yeah.
all I saw was the influencers there, and you have to pretty much sell a kidney to afford to go.
Yep.
So it's like,
Yeah.
if you're not going with a brand,
Well, yeah, which is why I think the live stream is so, because it did become a thing where like people wanted to go because of the exclusivity of it, but then I think you're right, it did like get watered down a little bit over the last, like I would say like 5 or 6 years. But sharing it with everybody, I think, brings that back, where it's like now it's back to like the community festival aspect of things.
Right. I think that's what Coachella wants to be and
Yeah.
what it like was, and then
Yeah.
it got so exclusive, and they're like, this is not what we're
not,
about.
yeah.
I get it's good money, but I think
Yeah.
they brand wise wanted to tap back into it's for everybody, and it's just a celebration of art. You know what I mean? That it's
Yeah.
not like, oh, you have to go with
you have to have at least
Poppy or
200,000
8-1. Yeah,
followers.
yeah.
Yeah. What did we think about his set and just the way he went about doing it?
Oh, we've talked about this in the office. It was so interesting because I would compare it to other sets that I saw, like Sabrina's set, for example, how Sammy said that she's like a theater kid. So she had a whole production and just so much stuff. And then his was, in comparison, like, there was nothing. But it's Justin Bieber. So it doesn't even matter because it's Justin Bieber.
Yeah, when I look at like previous headliners, so like Sabrina, Lady Gaga had like a big production last year. I think of like Beyonce when she did it. There have been like huge headliners. I just, like Justin Bieber, I think it would have felt inauthentic for him to go back to like what he used to do, like the Believe tour, like all that like big production dancing. I think it would have been cool, but I think his fan base is so loyal, they were going to be excited with whatever he did. And he knew that, and it's better for him. It was just great to see him perform. So I think not everyone can do that of that caliber, but for him, I know people like hated on it, and it's like, yeah, it would have been cool to see like a full production, but at this point, I'll take any Justin I can get live,
Yes.
So this has kind of been his thing in the last like year, right? So he did, I don't know if it was the Grammys performance. He also did a very stripped down version of something where it was like I had his shirt off, he was on stage, and he was like kind of making the song on stage, and it was just him.
Wasn't he wearing boxers?
I think
It was like silk boxers, yeah.
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 But it's like it's all been very stripped down, and he's been streaming, like he's been live streaming. There's been a bunch of stuff with him, just kind of like hanging out with his buddies and like playing guitar. He'd have like guests on. This seems to be more of a thing that people like this are doing, and we talked about this in a previous episode where we talked about like the nostalgia of things, or like showing people like where they were and where they are now, only works if you have that history.
Yeah.
Like you talk about like the Sabrina Carpenter like big show, she couldn't do this.
Right.
No, you're right.
She couldn't go on a laptop and pull up 20 years of music that she's done. Like he's probably one of 10 artists in the world
Right.
that could get away with this. And I think I was listening to Benny Blanco and Lil Dicky have a new show on YouTube where they live stream from like his kitchen, and they have people come in. And Wiz Khalifa was on there, and he was talking about it. He's like, I just make music for my fans, like, because Wiz Khalifa was like the first artist that ever streamed. anything, like way back in like 2012.
Wow.
Okay.
And he like kind of came up that way, and a lot of people kind of followed him in doing that, and like just streamlining it to people that like you, like
Yeah.
whatever production labels or whatever. And I think that's like kind of where Bieber's at this point. He's just like, he's going to cater to his fans.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he needs new people
No.
Right.
to buy his music or
No,
anything like
no,
that. And just to caveat it, he did have a stage show. The clips only showed the laptop part, but he did have a stage show. It wasn't like a big elaborate thing, but he did all of his songs off his new album on a stage and had like a DJ and had production lights and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But the laptop thing is the thing that got the most attention.
Oh yeah.
So from this, obviously it got the amount of attention it is. Let's talk about what people did with it. So what is this post?
This is, I would say, the most popular meme format that I saw was like, him kind of look like just searching on his little laptop, straight on, and it's just funny because it's Justin Bieber, not someone that you would expect to be like in this. So this is kind of like an office-y one, but
Yeah,
just kind of the meme of him typing on his laptop. I saw it everywhere, and I always think it's
Yeah.
interesting when a trend is able to break out of just one platform. So I saw this on Instagram. I also saw it on LinkedIn. So when it makes that jump from like just
So
Instagram, Facebook.
we had the Hallelujah
Yeah.
one on LinkedIn example.
Oh yeah, so multiple memes spawned.
Yeah.
And so the first thing, the immediate like after weekend one, I was seeing a lot of that on the laptop. But then this Hallelujah thing
Exploded.
everywhere. It's the song choice people are doing. Even like, so there's like like people doing the Grateful, and it's this, but it's like on their video. We're seeing it in captions.
Yep.
And then we're also seeing it like people, like I saw a birth announcement and it was using like unironically the like Hallelujah, because it is like a pretty song, but I was like, do they know that's like a trend at the moment? Are they just like, we're like,
Having
this
a
song's
baby
so pretty.
Hallelujah.
Yeah. Because it is a sweet song. But
Yeah,
Sarah.
this trend, I saw a lot of
You could do this.
brands do. I could do this,
Yeah.
and I've told that to Sammy. I should do it. I saw a lot of brands do. With that first one, with that frozen yogurt one, that example, that was one of the first ones that I saw, and I was like, okay. And then I saw lots of beauty brands do it, and then I saw a lot of other creators do it. Pretty much, I feel like this trend, anybody with anybody with any type of account could do this.
100%.
Like, it is such a repeatable format.
Yep.
You know, you just pick out a few good things about your brand, company, service, whatever,
Yeah.
your page, and then add Hallelujah at the end and play Justin Bieber song, and boom, there you go.
simple B-roll, like it doesn't require you to go
Yeah.
out and do shots.
Like,
we
this
were even
is
thinking,
this is one shot. This is like 1 4-second shot of somebody putting caramel sauce on whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
make it extra short, rack up those views while people read it.
Yeah, and they got 1,500 likes on an account that only has 2,000 followers.
Yeah, which
on
is crazy.
On one shot of them drizzling caramel over yogurt.
Yeah,
Or frozen
so
yogurt.
literally anyone and their mother could do this trend. Like, it's so easy and so popular.
Shout out Eat Culture Club. Yeah, I mean, I even got, after the Bieberchella thing for one of our clients, I did a Justin Bieber edit. Like, I think it's just,
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I love that.
I think every
video.
single client could have done.
Every client could have done the Hallelujah trend.
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. We still have time.
Do we? Is it still going?
I don't know. This came out a week ago?
Yeah.
Maybe not.
That's the thing. They
And
move
that's how
so
fast
fast.
They
They
do
are.
move fast, yeah. Because
That's how
this feels like
fast.
it's like over at this point, but it was such like a
The
huge event.
one example that I saw though that was different than all the others is this Delta one, and they did it in the format of a carousel, which I thought was interesting
I like
because
this a lot.
it, isn't that 4-second B-roll shot. It's instead a carousel that you have to kind of slide through to see all of the different features that Delta offers, I suppose. And they did it really well, and I liked it a lot.
Yep, I thought this was great. I like both. I like the carousel. I like the short videos with text on screen. I mean, these are attention plays. This is part of a social media strategy. You want people to be on the screen looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
And so putting, a decent amount of text over this, it takes time to read it. You might have to watch it more than once. I think with all of these also, it's not like crazy that the text is a little bit hard to see.
Yeah.
I think that's also part of the strategy of this, like this, But yeah, we have things like this that happen in culture literally every month, and there's opportunities to go out and capitalize on it in terms of attention. If your goal on social is attention, if you are serving attention, then these types of things are evergreen. They will work for you all the time. You just have to pay attention. Get a little bit locked into the culture, folks. Another example to being locked into
The
culture.
the culture. So Jake, do you know this,
Yeah,
or
did
like
you know
do you
what
know
was
the
going
lore?
on?
So I don't know who Alix Earle is.
Okay.
I
gosh.
know the name.
You
I've
live under a
obviously
rock.
heard the name before, but I have no interest in like pretty girl brands. Like
Yeah.
they don't do anything for me. But I do watch Barstool,
Okay.
and this like tangentially got in Barstool involved because there was like another person in Barstool that was like reporting on this.
Tea by the Sea.
Yes. Dave Portnoy's Tea by the
Yes.
Sea. So I do know a little bit about this, but you guys explain what's going on.
Okay, so this
Shall we?
is, I don't know what the official term of it is. Alex versus Alex.
Yeah, that would work.
Is like what people are
That's
calling
what
it.
I'd say.
So basically, Alix Earle, a couple years ago, was like an up and coming Miami party girl. She was at the University of Miami, went really viral for her like Get Ready With Me's, just at the University of Miami party culture. And she signed with Unwell, which is Alex Cooper's brand of like podcasting. They also do like influencer relations now and events, but she signed with Unwell. I'm not sure in what capacity, if it was just in podcast or if it was like as a management position. But she signed with Unwell and then had a podcast. And then the rest of it was kind of a mystery. She like her podcast stopped.
Like, we don't
She
know the actual tea.
Yeah, she unsigned from Unwell, like restarted her podcast under a different brand of like her own, and things have always been kind of quiet between the two of them. They're both like very similar demographics, and so it's just kind of odd that they like things fizzled out because it like seemed like the perfect match. There was always a bunch of theories online, and then Alix Earle was always kind of like being very suspicious and like shady as far as like reposting maybe some mean comments about Alex, liking comments about Alex, but never coming forth and saying anything. And so this was like 2 weekends ago now, Alix Earle reposted a video, just like a random video of someone who is a blog or like a Bravo follower, and so they talk about like all things Bravo. So it's kind of interesting that they were talking about like Alex Cooper, but basically this person called out Alex Cooper for being an ambulance chaser journalist. Alex Cooper runs
her
Call Her
podcast.
Daddy.
Journalist is hilarious.
It's basically like everyone who's like every popular woman who's like getting a divorce goes on it. Anyone who like had a large breakup went on it. Like Rachel Kirkconnell went on it. Like it's basically just like everyone runs to her as like, I don't know. So yeah, kind of was
It's like a gossip column on a podcast.
Right. And
Yeah.
I honestly don't entirely disagree with the person or with the stuff that person was saying
Right,
about her podcast. Because, I mean, yeah, those are definitely, there's negative vibes on there. But
Yeah, but then Alex Cooper says that she's like a woman who supports women, like very, and so people are like, or the post was like, you can't be like, I support women, but then like the minute that anyone like breaks up or goes through like a large, divorce filing or like their business bankrupt, like you call them and are like, come on my podcast and
You
like
shove
try
a
to exploit
microphone
them. Yeah, and
in their
so
face.
Alex reposted that, and then it went viral that Alex had reposted it. People were like, oh, are we going to get the drama? So Alex Cooper made this TikTok. It was after Coachella, like the Monday after Coachella. And it's basically her sunglasses on, talking straight to the camera, being like, there's no NDA. Because that's one thing people thought was like, okay, there's an NDA. That's why Alex Earle can't come forth and say anything. Alex Cooper's like, there's no NDA. Nothing big happened. You're just being shady. And like the real drama, like you're building up this like narrative and you're never going to speak on it. Basically just calling her out for...
She's like, so say something or like, I'm out because this is dumb. Like,
But the conspiracy is that this is a ploy to launch something. Like
Alex
they're working
Earle
together.
did just launch her like
Skincare.
skincare line, and so people thought it might have been tied to that.
I've seen people go as far as like on this post, like zoom into her glasses and be like, "Is that Alix Earle in the background sitting on a
Really?
couch?"
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because there's like somebody on a couch in her glass reflection.
I've seen
like,
people
are
talk
they
about.
together?
I didn't even know the lore of that. Holy crap.
T
I've
by
seen
the
people
C.
talk
Shout out Dave
about like
Portnoy.
the nails, how like her nails here
Yeah.
are different from the ones that so this must have been like a pre-recorded 3 days
Yeah.
in advance. And
Why do people care?
That's a good question.
I think it's just the drama. I think it's interesting to see two large powerhouses fight. In,
Are
like,
these
anything.
like have these girls become like modern day talk show hosts? Is
Call
that
her
what
daddy
this is
for sure.
at this point? Like,
I
is
mean,
this like
yeah.
Oprah Winfrey versus Ricky Lake type back in the 90s type of thing?
I would say that's a pretty fair comparison. I wouldn't say Alix Earle is quite at that level because she's still just like influencer, and that's how she's famous. She's like a celebrity influencer.
Right.
So she's not famous for like, being an actress or whatever.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
growing her community, and
Yeah.
she was on Dancing with the Stars last year and like all that stuff. So I she's just famous for being pretty
Yeah.
and showing her face.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, it caught the interest of the internet.
Yeah.
So they're obviously big enough. I think, yeah, this kind of stuff is hard for me to follow.
What? No
Yeah.
way.
It's like I don't understand how her sitting here, and also Alix Earle, like that you could be like, oh, she's standing on business because she put her in the mentions, but it's like it's also a collaborative post. It's got 1.2 million likes. Like it's everything that they do is serving themselves. Like
Yeah.
the more that they talk about each other,
Oh yeah.
the better it is for their
Oh,
brand.
the more
So-
attention that they get.
and I
for
think they know
sure.
this.
Well,
Yeah.
and so then after this was posted, it was probably, I don't know if it was a couple hours or a full day, but then Alix Earle commented on it and said, okay, on it. And then there's nothing else after that.
Right.
Yeah, as of recording this,
Nothing.
there's
else
been
is
like clues, whatever the internet wants to say. Like Alix Earle posted a video, and it was like been busy, and it had like the "You Don't Own Me" song. So people thought that was talking about Alix Earle because of like contracts or.
This is like pretty girl version of Kendrick versus Drake.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Yep, that's great.
It's like what? There's so much like assumed innuendo and like
Yeah.
things that they're
Oh,
doing in the
for
background,
sure.
and like, all right.
Yeah.
I think put a little stamp on this and we'll move on. But I think Alex Cooper, I think she is successful because she's really good at this stuff.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
she's
she-
a businesswoman first and foremost. She's not
Definitely.
an influencer.
I think she
anymore.
captures
Yeah.
attention
Yeah.
as well as anybody that does it online, and she's built a business around it,
Yeah.
and I think she's done it pretty well. I think that's why she's still around, and I think that's why this is relevant. Again, don't know who Alix Earle is before all of this stuff happened. So,
Famous for being pretty.
yeah. So be pretty, go to Miami,
And you'll
film a bunch of club
become a
videos,
celebrity.
and just be consistent with it, people. That's our content advice for the
yeah.
day.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Still on
and
it.
then yeah,
brands that jumped on it.
really
that one-
quick. I mean, this is one that I saw that after Alex Cooper posted that video and before Alix Earle responded, Aldi, posted this.
Yeah, shout out Aldi.
I know we're all waiting for Alex to respond, but for now, here's a seasonal roundup. So then they just have a bunch of their seasonal products, which I thought was really funny because I was like, yeah, there you go. There's a way that a brand could hop on that.
Always a way to take advantage of a trend.
Exactly. Of a
I didn't actually
girly
see this.
feud.
That's really smart.
Yeah,
I don't know how many likes they normally get, but
I don't either.
41,000 seems a lot.
41,000 is pretty good.
I think this is safe. I will say I am always hesitant for a brand to like pick a side because you don't want to be on the wrong side of history. So brands that were like in the comments like supporting Alix Earle like on her most recent comments or like I don't know. I'm always hesitant because like something might bad come out about Alix Earle and it's like this like hair care brand
Cancel
supported
Aldi.
her in the past. Yeah, I think Aldi's was safe, but it's when they're like brands are in Alix Earle's comments being like, "Don't worry, girl, we got you," or like, "We
they're
trust you."
picking
Even
sides?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you pick a side,
I think
I think
Twix,
I get nervous about that.
the Twix
Yeah.
account, at one point they unfollowed everybody except the Alixes. Like, those are the only 2 accounts that they.
It's pretty hilarious.
That's funny.
Yeah. Listen, get attention, however you can. It's kind of the name of the game.
Yeah, be loud.
All right, turning texts from my daughter into an emo song.
Oh yeah, this trend.
Let's see if we can hear
Okay.
it.
Can you pick me up, bro, Mom? Can you please help me find the remote? Mom, please come here. I have tea. Mom, can you help me see it? I have rights and I have freedom of speech. Can you send me $62? Mom, can we order Starbucks or can I just walk home? I need the steps.
Yeah.
Okay. get
Yeah.
it.
No,
That's
this
hilarious.
trend. Oh,
God, that took me
so,
back right there.
So
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
entertaining, and I mean, the trend is probably dead by now because this post was 2 weeks ago, and so I've only seen it a couple times, but oh my gosh, yeah, the nostalgia play, that whole thing, and then from what it seems like, it's just text messages I've seen it between husband and wife, or this one is daughter and whatever mom. But I think a really funny one, if a brand were to have hopped on this, it could be the chat between a customer and the customer service person.
Yeah, that's what I was
like
thinking.
that
yeah.
could have been a really good one, and it would have been freaking funny because people, whenever you're in those little chat boxes, you're frustrated about something.
Yeah.
And so you're always like, I think it would have been so good, and I didn't see anybody do it, and I thought, this is a great opportunity, but no one did it.
Yeah, I think this is a great trend. Good use of AI too.
Oh, yeah.
with the
I've seen it
music
with
thing.
gospel. Like, instead of turning text into an emo song into a gospel song. And it's, like the hallelujah
that.
one. But it's good. I like that one too. I like the emo one with like the daughter and like the anger, the rage.
Yes, we'll see. Even Walmart commented on it.
Let's check this
Oh
out.
yeah, this one's good too.
I haven't been able to hear out of my right ear all day. Did I leave my wallet at home? I'm locked in garage and Carson getting me. Where are you? Can't find you. What are you doing? I don't know. I'm in
So good.
Yeah, so like
So good.
great play on nostalgia. Like this is I think this is a great personal brand trend.
Yeah.
I think there's ways that you could do it as a business, but I think personal brands, this is fantastic because like this is a great look into the lives of these people, but done in like a very fun and interesting way.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I definitely have texts like this with my wife. 100%. Like the meltdown mode. I think we've
Yes.
said that to each other actually in
Amazing.
text. So I like this one a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. What is...
Yeah, really good. And that was just another
Okay.
example.
Perfect. Is that what we
I
had
think that
for
was
this week?
it. Yeah.
Well, fantastic. I really like what do you think what do you think the of the things that we talked about today, what do you think is the like most home run for, let's say, like small businesses that are trying to get attention on social? Which one do you think would work best?
Like which trend?
Yeah.
Oh, the Hallelujah trend for sure. It was
Yeah.
the biggest one this month, without a doubt. The biggest one.
Safe and easy,
Exactly.
good attention. You're not going to get pushed back for doing anything
Right.
like this.
There's like no wrong way to do it either. Because I've even seen people make it satirical too, where they kind of just say a bunch of bad stuff that happened in their day, and it still got, like 100,000 views and 25,000 likes, that type of thing. So.
Yeah. So at the time that you're seeing this is probably a month old, but
Yeah. It's probably dead and gone now.
dead and gone now. But keeping up with these types of trends, identifying the ones that don't buck against your brand, but just are in the zeitgeist of what people are looking for, what people are looking at, especially on Instagram when we're adding
Mom and Dad, hallelujah.
every song underneath that, if it's the trend, it's going to get put on explore pages. It's going to get put in front of people because the song is trending just by itself. And then you put something like this on there, it's going to take it just that much further. So if you are a small business, if you're looking for attention, get on the internet or have somebody on your team that is plugged in to these types of things, because these are so easy, they cost you no money, and they should win almost every time you use them. Thank you all for doing this again. Thank you all for getting all these things so we can look at them. Appreciate your time, and we will see everybody next time.
Cheers.
Bye.